Hi, my name is Nancy, and I am an admin for Freedom Roleplay. Um, I would like to take you on a tour of our roleplay group. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people roleplay, and some people have never really gone into a group and might be interested in seeing what some of the things are that we do. So the first thing I wanted to show you is what we are, which would be our description. Whenever you look on a Facebook group, there's always a description. So, freedom means you are free to create your own plots and ideas. Admins will not create plots for you. You are free to be creative. Our story is ongoing, so as long as your story fits into ours, you can go for it. Um, you can play any character as long as it fits into the story. So this means this is kind of our way to add multiple fandoms into the group. Um, we also are a one person per character group, which means, let's say you are role playing Once Upon a Time and you're playing Regina. You would be the only person playing Regina. So that is what one person per character means. You might play multiple characters, but no one else will play your character. How we roleplay is another question that we get sometimes. We roleplay through threads, which are posts. So if you see, I made a post right here. This is a timestamp, and I made it a closed post, so it's only me and the person tagged on here. I just made this 2 hours ago, so this was the first response. We have two comments. There's one comment back, and then my comment back. You notice this has one paragraph, and this has two. Many people role play differently. They call them one liners, multiple paragraph, or para role players. So we don't really judge how you role play. This is almost like one line. So whatever you feel comfortable role playing is how it's accepted here. We like to encourage people to become better, but we're not going to shun you if you are not a para role player. So there's one liner, semi para, and para. We try not to use those terms in our group, but other groups will tell you they want you to be a certain way. And you see other posts down the screen. There are photos. Sometimes they enhance the post, but they don't have to be there. If you notice, this one does not have a post, and it's it's open because it doesn't say closed. And so even though I'm tagged in this one, you can see other people have jumped in the post. And there's one line, 2, 3, and you can also roleplay in replies. So that was that one. And it goes down. Yeah. Okay, so another thing I would like to show you is when you join a group, a lot of times right now, Facebook has questions to ask. And they'll say, you join this group, the admins want to ask you a couple questions. Some of our questions are basically, are you going to follow the rules and how old you are? One of the reasons we ask about age is because we are, open this file, open, here we go. We are rated M for mature posts. They may contain graphic violence, strong language, implied nudity, and or sex, alcohol, or drug use. Therefore, we don't want anyone under 18. However, we do not allow ERP, which is erotic roleplay. So when you join this group, if you don't answer the questions, we won't accept you. We'd like to make sure that you are of age and that you agree to the rules. Other roleplay groups don't have an age restriction. It just depends on what type of role play they're doing. We talked about this before. We are a multi-fandom role play group. Those characters that don't fit into the overall vision of Willowbrook will not be approved. So there's some fandoms that don't work. The originals, The Walking Dead, and Star Wars. Star Wars is difficult because we're not in space. The Walking Dead, we just didn't want we didn't want werewolves, zombies everywhere. And the originals was difficult because they had their own lore of vampires, and we were following traditional werewolf vampire lore. So it really was difficult. We tried, and it didn't work. All right, so when you join this group, we'll tag you in the pin post. You come up to a list of admins. We have a thing on group rules that you can click on the pin post, and I'll go over those in a little bit. And then we have who's who. So right now we have DC, Marvel, Once Upon a Time, Charmed, Harry Potter, and the Vampire Diaries. Okay, we have some OCs. OCs are original characters. So in a non-canon group, basically all characters are OCs. But a traditional OC is one that you create. And we have a file where we put their background so people can look them up and see. And to show you a sample of if you have an OC and you're thinking of joining and bringing it to the group, we have our own template, some guidelines, and then we really look for background. We look for story, kind of in depth, because this is character you created, so there should be some thought process behind making it. Since we try to keep very organized, So we have a roommate section because we do Marvel. So we have Charles Xavier School, and we also have the Gray Institute for Higher Learning, which is a college. And that is run by Jean Grey and Rachel Grey. Now, in this group, they're sisters because we just wanted to try something different. We also have, we needed to create something for the supernatural characters. So witches, fairies, werewolves, and vampires, we had to kind of create our own lore based on original lore. We found this really cool site that makes, as we roleplay, the group is going on for about 5 years. So we made our own little family trees. I found a really cool site to do that. We have relationships. We try to list them because sometimes when you join a group, you assume my character is always supposed to be with this character. But some of our stuff is the same, like you see Lois and Clark. But then as you go down, you might see there's Quicksilver with someone, and you know who they are. So we also list our single characters, so that way you can see who's available to plot with. We have also listed fairy powers. The school, we listed who's teaching, ages of students and such, jobs in the town. We already went over our OC files. Because we're a small group, we have a birthday file because we just like to say happy birthday to all our members. Now I'm going to go over our plot chat, and then we'll go back to group rules. Find our plot chat. Plot chat. Where did you go? I just had you open a little bit ago. Here we go. Okay, Freedom plot chat. All our members are required to be in this, and we discuss plots, come up with ideas. Again, admins don't write the plots. Admins will try to come up with ideas. We'll try to encourage other members to participate and come up with ideas. So basically, this is a group for members, not for admins. So let's go over some of the group rules. let's see. Okay, so because all characters are not canon, once you set a standard for your character, please keep the integrity. So if you set your character as a pacifist, they shouldn't engage in fistfights. Try to stay in your character, which basically means if there's a problem in the post, go to plot chat. When posting, please write the name of your character, again, because we have many people who play multiple characters. This is about being active. We try to keep all our members active. So basically, if you leave the group for a month, don't assume you don't talk to us for a month, probably not going to be in the group. Timestamp, like I said, like I showed you in one of my posts, it says Tuesday. I think it said Tuesday evening. This is for new members and taking over characters from someone else. We don't force you into a plot. So let's say somebody new wants to join and wants to create their own plot, but somebody else had that character in the past. We're not required to hold on to those own plots. The character is yours now. And I showed you some a closed post. This is for if you only want to do a post with one or two people. Maybe you're having a private conversation. We talk about character integrity. We don't follow comics. We don't follow books or TV shows. We're making our own stuff. Again, follow plot chat. Different role plays, different styles. Paragraphs, short phrases. Everyone has different levels. Everyone's has different styles. We just want you to have fun. Let's see. We try to keep our chats open and friendly. We don't like to argue in there. And we have everyone agree to the plots, to the rules. So basically, we have a plot chat and we also have a friends chat. We really like to get to know each other as friends. And I don't know why I can't find anything tonight. So I should have had them up. Where is my friends chat? There's friends chat. It's like the second one. I missed it. Okay. Friends chat. We just go back and forth. Maybe we'll say, hey, we'll send something cool. Say good morning. Hey, how you guys doing? All that kind of stuff is for us to be friends, because we've been doing this for 5 years and we've become close. So if you like to join, we are called Freedom Roleplay. Like I said, just make sure you answer the questions when you join. I'm going to show you another group that we have, which is a little different. This is called Roleplay Haven. Roleplay Haven is a little different. This group is pretty much, you can do whatever you want. We still don't allow erotic roleplay, but we do some cool things. Like we post some cool pictures that we find, or like if your birthday was in what universe. I'm in Star Wars, by the way. December. It's pretty cool. Wait, am I in Star Wars? Oh, this is what 3 will you keep? But then we also have some role plays going on here. We have some people who are sharing groups. Oh, don't freeze on me. And all those little like claim your powers, kind of fun little things like that. This one has all the jokers. So this is basically, we call it Roleplay Haven, because we want you to be able to share your fun stuff, roleplay anything you want. So let me read you this part of this group. Right here. Okay, so have you ever been in a roleplay group that closed down, but you wanted to keep going with your stories? Okay, so we don't allow smut in ERP, but if you wanted to create a group where people could roleplay anything from any fandom they wanted to. So you can post your OCs. find people to role play with, share your groups, and create stories. And I think we've been doing pretty well. Freedom has about 30 members because we only role play certain things, but this group has about 159. Everyone is welcome. You see, I just posted this tonight. All are welcome here. Hey members, remember everyone is welcome here. If you have some friends who like to role play, you can add them, or friends who just like to geek out on comics, TV shows, or whatever. Add them. Just make sure they answer the questions. There are a lot of different role play groups. Some groups have plot chats, some don't. Some are more structured than others. So as for my group, Freedom, we kind of allow like a lot of creativity. You can just do what you want. Some other role play groups are stricter. Basically, we want you to have fun and we want you to be creative. So if you're interested in joining, I'm going to leave the link for you at the bottom of this video. Where'd my picture go? There it is. Okay, Freedom. And like I said, if you think of a character that you want to play and you can kind of get him in somehow, feel free to join. There aren't many characters taken right now. There's so many characters you can be. So thank you. I'm sorry for any interruptions. I have 3 kids running around behind me, and I've been trying to do this video for a couple of days. I hope I've gotten you a little interested in roleplay. I am a writer, and sometimes I use roleplay to break writer's block or come up with different ideas. That's another tool you can use if you are working on a story and you have a character, like one of your main characters for your story. Make them an OC, bring them into a roleplay group, and sometimes it helps putting them in different situations to see how they will react, so just to get to know your characters better. All right, I'm going to leave the link for this group on the bottom of the video, and I hope to see you in a roleplay group soon. Thank you.